Good morning, everyone. Coming on the air during practice just to give a little rundown on what happened yesterday. My name is Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling, and I appreciate you being here today to watch continuing coverage of the 2021 Nightmare Doubles here in Cabot, Arkansas. We're at All Fam Bowling and Entertainment Center. I want to thank our sponsors for making this possible. The Brands of Brunswick, Brooks Agency, Bowl 101, the pro shop inside All Fam Bowling and Entertainment Center. Brian Kennedy and his team. And First Community Bank. I want to thank those sponsors. Also want to thank Porkish Chisholm and Brian Kennedy and the entire squad here that's putting this event on. Appreciate being asked to come and stream it, of course. Last year's champions Steve Novak and Daniel Farish will not repeat as champions as they are have been eliminated from the tournament. They're just on the outside looking in, and I don't know what just happened to my scoreboards here, but I'm gonna switch pairs at the moment and move over, and I'll figure out what just happened there in a minute. Looks like. And I will go fix that. I'll be back in just a second, and we'll get everything rolling for you. Okay, everybody, I think I've got that corrected. I know you guys want to see the leaders, so I will start over there. Okay, little reset here. Again, Mike Flanagan here, Inside Bowling. I apologize for the issue there with the scoreboards, but unfortunately, I had to tear everything down last night and reset up this morning due to ownership's request here at the bowling center. Didn't want me to leave my stuff up overnight, so I had to reset everything this morning. So just like always when you have to plug in about 100 different things, sometimes things get missed or don't want to communicate, and that's what we had happen here this morning. But we got 5 games, Cashers round for you. So let's recap the event if you didn't watch it all yesterday, and just a nice refresher course for everybody that's been watching. We had 18 teams take to the lanes at 8 a.m. yesterday for 8 games of qualifying. Making it off of that squad was Darren Chaffin and Aaron Ruiz. They were 657 over. Also making it off of that squad was Sean Lavery Spar and Michael Holloman. They finished at 598 over. Also off that squad was Cam Hurwitz and Alec Keplinger. They were plus 546. Brian Brigman and Glenn Brown Jr. also made it off of that squad at plus 512. And also Rick Justice and Billy Rogers made it at plus 441. And they were the 12th number. 12 teams make it to today. And they were 12th. Okay? So 5 teams made it off of the 18 teams that participated on A squad. Then on B squad, we had 28 teams yesterday, which is how we get to the 12 advancing today here for the Cashers round. And it was Tim Barron and Kevin Williams who actually led both squads at plus 717. They have a 50-pin lead over Chaffin and Ruiz. Also making off the squad yesterday, qualifying in 4th position, the late squad, the B squad, is Jason Britton and Tony Yarborough. They're at plus 568. Also making it off that squad was Jared Wolf and Michael Shirley. They're plus 522. Josh Imhoff and Jimmy McMartin were able to get themselves to plus 511, and they qualified in 8th position coming into today. Brian Kirkendall and Donnie Wilson also made it in at plus 503. They qualified 9th overall. Michael Brewer and Ross Jenner also making it off that squad, qualified 10th at plus 483. And Ryan Barnes and TJ Rock also qualified. They are in 11th at plus 471. So currently right now, Williams and Barrett lead at plus 717. Chaffin and Ruiz plus 657. Then Lavery, Spar, and Holloman at plus 598. Britton and Yarborough in 4th at plus 568. Cam Hurwitz and Alec Keplinger at plus 546. Then we have Jared Wolf and Michael Shirley at plus 522. Brian Brigman and Glenn Brown Jr. at plus 512. Imhoff and McMartin at plus 511. Kirkendall and Wilson at plus 503. Brewer and Jenner at plus 483. Barnes and Rock at plus 471. And Justice and Rogers at plus 441. So we're going to cut down to 8 teams after this squad. So right now, currently the number is 511. We have 4 teams chasing that number to make it in to the top 8. Top 8 will come up right after these 5 games of qualifying here this morning with pinfall carrying over. And we will then go to Baker round robin. 8 Baker round robin games. Should go pretty quick, just single games, and then that'll determine our champion. No stepladder or anything here today. That's how everything shakes out here at the 2021 Nightmare Doubles. Glad you're watching this morning with me here on YouTube. The fee that we have here is not any sort of monetary fee whatsoever, but we do want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For subscribing, you'll get notified every time we go live. And when we have other events coming up, like the Holiday Doubles coming up here in December. Also, make sure you follow us on social media over at Inside Bowling on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We have been putting tournament updates when we get them on those platforms, so make sure you check that out as well. The condition that the players are bowling on here this weekend, it was advertised, and that's what it is a house shot. It is the house shot. Very high-scoring event. Well attended, well participated. And as we have things set up here, if you didn't notice already, lanes 21 and 22, Tim Barrett getting ready to bowl on 21. He is bowling with Kevin Williams, and they are your tournament leaders. And it is seeded here across, so the team on lane 22 is Darren Chaffin and Aaron Ruiz. They are plus 657. They are in second. Right next door, we do have Sean Lavery, Spar, and Michael Holloman at plus 598, along with Jason Britton and Tony Yarborough. Yarborough is bowling right now on 23. We should see a lot of strikes here this morning. Looks like I do need to make a little adjustment to that right scoreboard, as those scoreboards are hung uneven in this bowling center on some of the pairs. So I'll get that corrected for you real quick. Looks a little better. Left one could probably use some work too. I'll keep an eye out for any other big scores being bowled and try to get it for you. Right now we have lanes 21 through 32 in play, and I have 8 of those lanes covered for you. So four lanes I do not, but I do have a wireless camera if something interesting were to happen here. I can update you with that. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat here this morning. I want to welcome in Shane and Kylie and Eric and Robert and Mr. Barnes. Hello, sir. Jamil. Elisha. I haven't done this in a long time, folks, but I do want to show you guys something that happened yesterday before we get too carried away here today. I don't know if the sound's going to come through. I don't know what's going to go on here. But I'm going to step away from the action and show you something that happened yesterday that I was made aware of. So yesterday during practice, TJ Rock was practicing with his partner, Ryan Barnes, and I didn't see it happen because during practice I'm kind of running around. I'm not commentating or anything. And what I was told was during practice, TJ Rock threw a really nice shot, you know, split the 1-3, you know, just exactly where he's supposed to put the ball. And the 6-pin went to the sidewall and connected on the 10-pin and slid the 10-pin all the way over to about the 7.5 spot. So last night back in the hotel, I put together a little clip of it, and I actually interviewed him this morning, and I'm gonna put together a clip and try to get it to go semi-viral this week. But I wanted to show it to you guys first. Again, I don't know if sound's gonna come through or how this is gonna come across because I haven't taken a video and played it in a long time with the software that I use, but I think it's worth showing you guys. So after Tim Barron throws this shot on lane 21, I'm gonna click play. It's about 50 seconds. There's a slow-mo angle of it as well. Good shot, Tim. Here you go, everybody. Enjoy this. So here's the practice yesterday. You see him on the left lane, and he goes up, he throws the shot. Watch the 10-pin, and it just slid over about the 7.5 spot. And then you see see the conversation here with Imhoff he was having with him. So here's the shot again. Here's the replay. Look at this. Watch the 6 go into the wall. Just slides that bad boy over. And then I think I got a slow-mo of it here. Yeah, watch this. Here's a slow-mo of it. The 6 into the 10. Wow. Look at that. Unbelievable. One more time. Really slow-mo through the pins. The 6 just, I mean, the bottom of that pin is just so flat, I guess. So pretty wild moment there. And I don't know why it's playing again. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing here. So let me figure out how I'm going to get off of this thing and get back to the bowling. There we go. There we go. I got it. I figured it out, guys. This is my first time. First time ever doing this. But, yeah, so pretty crazy oddity that happened yesterday during practice. I'm sure Kevin Williams would have appreciated me letting that run a little bit longer so we don't have to see him throw at this 4-6. Hello to Ian and Kevin and Larry and John and Audra. Nice to see you guys. So looking around here, you see Kevin Williams only has 215 left. Barron has 280 left. You know, Tim's been, I mean, he's been bowling really good. I got to see him at the Springfield Doubles a couple weeks ago. Man, he's bowling good. Kevin picked a good partner. Although Kevin, I must say, Kevin did out-bowl him yesterday. Bowled 1977. Tim had 1940 yesterday. So you got to give Kevin some credit there. Chaffin and Ruiz. .263 left. 223 left. Next door, we got Tony Yarborough still with 237 left. 279 for his partner, Jason Britton. Holloman still bowl 248. Lavery Spar can bowl 279. We had front 6 for Hurwitz, and then an open and then a strike. His partner Keplinger, they're bowling on 25 and 26. Triple 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike. But we've got Jared Wolf right now has the front 8 on that pair. So if he gets 9, I'll probably move this wireless camera and bring you the 10th frame there. Ryan Barnes just got 9 in the 10th frame. He can bowl 235. TJ Rock, who we just saw with that oddity, can bowl 257 down on the end pair. They're on 31 and 32. Just give a little update there. And Rick Justice and Billy Rogers. Rogers can finish with 238, if my eyes are correct. And Rick Justice can finish with 279. And there's Tim with a strike. Just because I know we've got a lot of rooting interest here, I will pop out of here for just a moment, and we'll go check in on lanes 27 through 30 to give you an opportunity to kind of get a look-see here at how your favorite teams are doing. Check out the scoreboards. Jared Wolf delivering the ball on the left side of your screen. That was on the front 8. So he leaves the 3-6-10 now. So 277 the max for Jared Wolf. No reason for me to get the camera and move it now. And I'll go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Yes, that is the front 8 on 29 and 30. I believe that's Brian with the front 8. Brian Kirkendall. It is. Brian, I got to say also, how we see him at these events, and we go way back to when I was first starting inside bowling and running tournaments in St. Louis. He came and bowled almost all of them and has always treated me with a great deal of respect. This morning we had a really nice exchange here on the concourse, and I always appreciate Brian being in the field, one of the good guys out there, and pretty cool. He's got the front 8 right here, looking for the front 9. And yeah, I did say all those nice things about him, even though he is left-handed. It's okay. It is okay. I don't even think Del Ballard would put him in the IHL club. Brian's just too nice. And of course, right then and there, I black clouded him like always. I'm sorry, Brian. You can put me in the dunking booth next summer at the picnic, okay? I'll give you free 10 softballs to throw at that rather large target, and you can dunk me next year at the summer party. Okay, bud? Okay. I'm going to take you back over the leaders, everybody, since Brian just let us down so terribly and we all need to recover. Let's get out of that nonsense and head back over and check in on the leaders. What do you say? Tony Yarbrough just left the 7-8. And I can't tell if it was the 2 or the 5 or what it was that was dancing around that thing. But that was almost like disgustingly weak. I mean, oh, man. And this 7-8 is just bizarre. I mean, what a bizarre leave that is. Wow. Well, he's, man, what do we put the odds on him picking this? The 7-8. Tony's a great spare shooter. I'm going to put him at 68% to make this. 68%. So what do you guys think? Is he going to make it or is he not going to make it? 68%, I got to go he's going to make it, right? There is a puddle in the middle. Let's see how he goes about this here. He throws it pretty straight anyway. He is hooking it at it. No problem. No problem. 68% winner. Get out your green flag, everybody. Put it up in the air. We got a W on that one. Now, if we have any diehard inside bowling fans, hey, way to collapse everything. Yeah, hide. Get underneath that shirt. Get underneath that shirt right there, Aaron. Hide with that 4-pin falling out like that. But yeah, if you're a real nerd of inside bowling, I guess you could go through all the broadcasts where Tony Yarbrough is bowled and look for the 7-8s and see how close I am on 68% Tony Yarbrough on the 7-8. If you really want to. I don't know who wants to do that, but if you do, you know, I'll tell you what. If you go through and you capture every Tony Yarbrough 7-8 that I've had on the streams and you go through all the archive footage and you clip them all out or tell me the timestamps, I will Venmo you $5 for all that work. Okay? If you don't have Venmo, I could do PayPal Friends and Family, or I could give you a crisp $5 bill the next time I see you in person. Of course, we would spray it down with Lysol and everything because we got to be safe. I might even put a mask on one side of it just to make sure that nothing gets transferred over that shouldn't. All right, here's Kevin Williams. By the way, if you don't know about this, Kevin Williams is also a rapper. He's a music artist. Go follow him on Spotify, Apple Music, all those different places, and go check out all his social media. He's a talented guy. The jury is still out on whether or not he's a better singer or a better bowler. But I'd love to see the kid break through in the music industry. That'd be amazing. He's not much of a kid anymore, though. I don't know if I am 42, so I guess I am allowed to call him a kid. But he's growing up. Man, Tony Yarborough, what happened to your ball reaction, man? That's 7-8 now. A 2-4-10, and I know I'm giving Tony a hard time right here. Tony's one of the nicest guys out there, too, by the way. I love Tony. He's supported Inside Bowling for so long, but these last two shots, I mean, I got to call it as I see it here. I mean, this guy was bowling great. And then he leaves the 7-8, a 2-4-10. To those of you that are interested in the odds on this for Tony Yarborough, we're going to go 28%. 28% on this one here. Tony Yarborough, 2-4-10. Kevin Williams is going to open up with a game in the 180s, but his partner, Tim Barron, is almost going to century award him here. Ooh, Tony. 7-2. Gave it a shot. 186, not the start that he was looking for. Kevin Williams. Boom. All right, so Kevin got it figured out. You know, when your partner's bowling 280, bailing out all you can, throwing 3 strikes in a 10th frame, that's a big deal right there in a doubles tournament. That's a big, big deal. You move on, and you let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. 240 for Darren Chaffin. And down the stretch yesterday, man, he bowled lights out. I want to revisit that real quick. They bowled on the A squad, which seems like forever ago. Chaffin's last 4 games yesterday, 280, 267, 232, 243. That's pretty good. Kevin Williams did have the high total on the day yesterday at 1977. Also, hello to Linda Barnes. I haven't been looking at the chat here. I've been just kind of in my zone here. Tim Barron now with, what's he got there? Is that 8? Something like that? 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I guess if you take that he's thrown 10 shots now and the first 2 frames aren't part of the string, that's 10 minus 2 equals 8. What did Glenn Brown finish with? Glenn Brown. Glenn Brown. I don't know their, I didn't catch it, and they're all moving now, and then we don't have names up there. We got letters, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll have it for you here shortly. I'll move around as best as I can, everybody. I know everybody has a rooting interest in 12 teams here, and try to give you somewhat of an update here. But I got to give the leaders their their due here in game number 1. I got 5 of them here for you. I will bounce around. This Tim Barrett, though, man, he and Shea bowled great a few weeks ago at the Springfield Doubles. We had it right here on our stream. If you don't have it, if you haven't seen it, go check out the towards the end, the last 2 matches. It was pretty incredible when they bowled Cameron Crowe and Nate Stubler. Tim just goes, ho-hum, good morning, everybody. Got a little bit of a later start at 10 o'clock. I'm warmed up. I'm ready to go. Here's 280 for you. Doot-to-doo, doot-to-doo, 280. I wish he would have bowled 285. That just would have been way more fun. 185 and 285. Wouldn't that have been good? Or Kevin should have bowled 180. That way I could give him a hard time. 95 pins isn't nearly as cool as 100. But that's okay. It's really not about me. It's about the bowlers, isn't it? Isn't that, after all, isn't that what it's about? It's about the bowlers. What game is this now? I guess they're getting action underway in game 2, because that's not a fill ball. So you know what that means. Time to update the graphic, everybody. There it is. We're in game 2 of 5. I guess because we have 2 parents watching 1 bowler. And then they're both Hall of Famers. I guess I could be nice and show their son. Not to say that anybody else that's watching, that watching your favorite folks isn't important as well. But we still do get to see the leaders. So I think I'll head there now, and I'll try to bounce around a little bit more here. It's a beautiful shot. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this kid right here. He's probably about 100 pounds soaking wet. But this Cam Hurwitz, he can bowl. And I know Keplinger can bowl because I saw him bowl a little collegiate, and then I got to see him at Junior Gold. I got to call one of the shows. But, yeah, I think now it's probably – we'll watch a shot by Shirley here as well. Shirley. Every time I see Michael Shirley, I think of Airplane, the movie. Don't call me Shirley. All right. One more shot. Boom. I'll tell you what. Actually, this is what I'm going to do, everybody. Talking out loud, scatterbrain this morning. Sorry about that. As soon as somebody doesn't strike on these 2 pairs, I'm moving to the other pairs. That's fair, right? So here we go. Keplinger, are you going to make us move pairs? Nope. No, I'm not, Mike Flanagan. You are staying right here, everybody. Right here. This is how you earn TV time. Oh, rolls the 4 to stay on the air. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Brian Brigman. He had 300 yesterday on the re-entry. These guys re-entered. They used their first score to make it in, but they re-entered. They didn't think it was maybe enough. They were scared. We have our first miss. All right, now I'm gonna go over there. It's about time somebody named Barnes learned how to bowl. This is the best Barnes ever come out of Texas right here. Ryan Barnes as he tries to roll the 2-pin there, just couldn't. Just a little razzing here this morning, just a little razzing. But yeah, it's Ryan Barnes on 22. He's bowling with the star of the tournament, TJ Rock, and they're crossing with Rick Justice and Billy Rogers. And again, we still have our top 2 teams coming into today. Tim Barron, Kevin Williams, and Darren Chaffin and Aaron Ruiz. Yeah, I see you guys in the chat. Multiple people telling me about Cam being a junior gold champ. You know, I cover a lot of bowling, but the collegiate and junior gold, last year junior gold all over it. I called all 4 shows with Carolyn Doran Ballard. I can tell you anything you want to know about junior gold 2021. I can tell you anything you want. But the other years, I was working the events with ball manufacturers, but just, you know, sometimes you get too caught up in all the work you're doing, you really can't pay attention to what's going on. So it's tough. It's tough keeping up with everything. And as you get older, you can't multitask as well. But folks, I've got a guest joining me now, and he's one of the most beautiful human beings on earth.
Oh, really?
And he treats me with great respect. And we've been working together now the last 2 years. And I think I'm a bigger fan of he than he is of me. But Corky's Chisholm now in the booth with me, man. How are things going at the event this year?
This year is definitely different than it was last year. Last year we were in Jonesboro. And, of course, the staff there at Jonesboro is amazing. This is more of our home house, and we have the pro shop here and everything, so we wanted to bring it closer to home. This year, everything is actually running pretty smooth. We had a couple hiccups with scores and everything, but now we're getting everything out. We're getting everything out as quick as we possibly can, and everything's going pretty well. Everything's going pretty well. The scores are a little higher than they were last year. Had a couple more 300s. We even just had a guy. We had a couple on the front 8 here just a minute ago, and it's going pretty good.
Good, man. Yeah, well, I've enjoyed it the last couple of years. You guys always change these venues on me, and I gotta learn new places. But certainly not gonna hold that one against you here. It's been a good event so far this year. I talked to the bowlers quite a bit. Everybody seems to be pretty happy. So kudos to you. Why did you guys decide to start this event? You and Brian and whoever else was involved in it.
Yeah, this actually came about. Last year during COVID, we really wanted to see what we could do to actually reach out and help the bowling centers thrive, especially in this area. They were having such a hard time getting through COVID, so we just really wanted to put something out there as far as people to come bowl. No one really was holding too many things, and we had a lot less restrictions here in Arkansas than we had other places. So we just thought about, our tournaments that we normally have started taking off, and we got a lot of traction. So people wanted us to hold more things, and we were contacted by Kelly over in Jonesboro. He wanted us to run something, and we came up with this idea, and this is what we pretty much created from it.
A lot of people say nightmare doubles. The nightmare has to do with being in October, right?
Yes, it does. It definitely has more strong. It definitely has more to do with October. It's going to be around Halloween every year. We had originally planned for it to actually be on Halloween or either the weekend before or the weekend of Halloween. But with a lot of us, we have kids. A lot of bowlers have kids that have families in which they actually want to be with them for Halloween parties and things like that. So we just decided to just move it a weekend ahead, and this is what we've grown it to.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you and your entire team. And who all is working the event? You got you and Brian, and
we have me, Brian. We have his wife Shauna. We have some high school bowlers here as well. Actually, I'm off. Caitlin Cringe. Then we have some friends of some of the bowlers, which is Rayleigh. She's a new bowler. She's really just dived into it, and she wants to come out and help. And that's pretty much it that we have as far as the staff. We have about a staff of about 6 people when it comes to score runners and actually doing everything. But the main focus point is pretty much me. I'm the guy behind the desk doing everything pretty much. Other Brian and Shauna, they actually do and can work everything, but they like to leave everything up to me, so everything runs nice and smooth.
And you guys run a bunch of events then?
Yeah, so normally we run a bunch of handicap tournaments. We run a tournament about once a month for whether it's singles, trios, or doubles. We run something once a month. Normally it's here. Next month we actually have a doubles event in Jonesboro, which is a handicap doubles, and then the month after that in December we actually have a singles event back here, which is handicap singles. That's normally our bigger event. We actually draw pretty good crowds. We average about 95 to 110 people.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We run two squads. We run two squads, two 5-game squads, and if you actually bowl with different people, you can cash twice. In singles, you can re-enter, but you can only cash once. So it's pretty good. We pay 1 and 4. Payout is actually really decent, especially when there's a great turnout.
Yeah.
See a lot of scores around here. We got one person on 31 and 32 on the front 5. Got another front 4 over here on 25.
Yeah, I believe it's Kirkendall again. Brian Kirkendall, I believe, has front.
Yeah, he does have a front
I
5.
totally black clouded him the last game. He had front 8 or something like that.
Yeah, he had the front 8 and then goes 9 out.
Yeah.
But hey, it's like that sometimes when you get on the roll. Definitely like that when you get on the roll sometimes. Interested to see who you have picked this year to win this.
Yeah, well, I got called out in the first game yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I looked up and down the list, and I said, I think Kevin Williams and Tim Barron would be my picks to win.
Okay.
But then I followed it up with, but it wouldn't. But I'll probably be wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I do all the time. Is I make a prediction, but then I always cover myself some way somehow, so that way I'm always right. Okay.
Hey, I completely understand that.
Kevin Williams was listening, and he texted me immediately, and basically said something to the effect of, "Who do you think's going to win, Mike? I think these guys are going to win, but then I'm probably wrong." And he gave me a hard time about it. So this morning I went down there and I talked to them both, and I said, "Hey, guys, you're making me look good after one day." And Kevin goes, "There's a lot of bowling left." I said, that nothing can be changed about yesterday, Kevin. One day.
One day.
One day is done. You were making me look good after one day. He's like, "Oh, okay." Then he bowled 180 the first game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he bowled 185, but Tim bowled 280. So they're okay.
They're great.
They're okay. They are great.
They're great. They had a decent enough lead. I believe they had a 60-pin lead over the field. So they're okay with doing that, but Kevin's definitely going to have to pick that one up in order to.
Oh yeah.
If they want to stay in.
Oh yeah, and he will. He will. I mean, well, he is. He's got front 4. So. So after this, we'll have about a half an hour break after the 5 games, and then tell everybody kind of how the next part of the tournament works.
So the next part of the tournament, we're after the 5 games over, we're going to re-oil, and then we're going to have a 8-game Baker's match play round robin. So each team, and you guys are actually going to get a chance to check this out. All the teams are going to be on the live pairs.
Yep.
So you'll be able to keep track every step of the way, and as the teams move, as they bowl each other, and then once it gets to the 8th game, we're going to go back to a position round. So you're going to have a position round the first set of game, and then they're going to have a position round in round of 8 to determine the winner. Total pinfall to the winner. So hey,
is there bonus pins? Are you awarding bonus pins?
Yes, we are. We are also awarding bonus pins for each match in which they win. 30. Yeah, 30 bonus
30
pins.
for the game. Okay.
30 for the game for each bonus pin.
And then on the Baker, because it's Baker, right?
Yes.
So on the Baker, will they stay on the same lane?
No.
Or are you having them switch back and forth?
So what we're going to do is one person will bowl in the same lane.
Okay.
Not the entire team will bowl in the same lane, but one person will bowl on the same lane. So they're pretty much really going to switch. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will be good. 1-game matches. Didn't take that long last year. We did it the exact same way. And hey, it's a good way to actually determine the winner. So it should be pretty good. I'm interested to see. That's Lavery with the front 6.
Yeah, he's got front 6. Yeah. We put Ryan Barnes here on the live stream pair because Chris and Linda are watching, and he has not been able to carry very well. He's been having some carry issues there, but he just got on the board there in the 7th. And we saw yesterday during the first round, because they re-entered, they bowled the first set, and Ryan couldn't carry anything.
Nothing.
He really struggled, and TJ carried him. Well, then the second set, Ryan went crazy.
He pretty much carried the team all the way to the catch.
Yeah, and I went down. So I was thinking, man, maybe today they're a team to watch if they could both get on at the same time. Right?
Definitely. I think if both of them can actually get on at the same time, I definitely believe they have a chance to actually move up and make it into the top. And actually make it into the top 8.
Yeah, yesterday Ryan went 257, 279, 231, 222, 255, 279, 228, 257, and bowled 2008, which is pretty incredible.
That's really incredible. He goes plus 408 by himself. That's extremely incredible. When you put together a string like that, especially in an 8-game series, like all you need is just a little bit from your partner usually, and he got exactly what he needed in order to make it inside the cut.
And I missed this when I was covering the teams earlier today. I missed this, everybody, but it needs to be reported. Brian Kirkendall yesterday
definitely
led all the bowlers in the field, okay? With a 157. He bowled 157. So I'm going to take you through these games, okay? Let's all close our eyes and let's all imagine we're out there bowling on this house shot here at All Family, okay? And we start out, we bowl 258. Yep. Okay, all right. Then we bowl 229. That's not hurting us.
It's not hurting us at all.
And then I bowl 157, okay? So right now, if you're an odds maker in the bowling center and you're watching this team bowl, and Donnie Wilson bowled 168 the second game, you're probably thinking, these guys don't have a chance at all.
At all.
Then Kirkendall bowls 280, 278, 279, 266, 279.
Wow.
The guy bowled 20-26 with a 157 game.
Yeah. That is absolutely
his last
amazing.
5 games. 280, 278, 279, 266, 279.
Yeah, that's well over 800 no matter how many times you look at it.
He had the front 8 the last game. And now this game he goes front 7?
Front 6.
6?
Yes, he goes front 6, 8 spare, and now he's on a 9 spare.
Yeah.
Yeah, he left the 7 pin.
Who is this guy? I mean, I do know who he is.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying.
Right. He's actually come to bowl quite a few of our events. He's won a couple of our events. And normally when you win our events, a scratch bowler actually has to average about 250 a game. But actually, I take that back. They have to average around over 255 a game in order to win one of our five game events. And he's been doing pretty good in this house. He carries pretty well.
Ryan Barnes misses the 10 pin. Now can only bowl 202. We've got Aaron Ruiz on the front 6.
Got Alec Keplinger on the front 6 as well. He's up in the 7th.
I'll take you there real quick.
And
now you got the black cloud.
Black cloud. Yeah. I actually have a pretty horrible track record at the black cloud.
Well, that makes two of us.
One of my teammates that bowled last yesterday, TQ Nemox, he was 550 at the turn, 540, 550 at the turn a couple weeks ago. And I told him, hey, man, you got about 2 misses. And, yeah, it was over with by the 7th frame. So, yeah, I actually had to hear about that one. Then you got a Lavery. Well, never mind. I'm not going to black cloud him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Him and Michael are battling it out right now. They're actually trying to make a run at this thing.
Yeah, so you'll see Lavery will come into your screen here on the right side of your screen on lane 25. Yeah. He's on the front 7. So So we'll see what pin he leaves here.
This one will not be my fault. Kevin's picking it up.
Yes, he is.
Definitely picking it up. He said he has something to say. He's trying to make a prediction.
Yeah, I struggle with the scoring monitor sometimes. I think I said he had the front whatever earlier, but he didn't. It's because when the name is highlighted and there's a red first number, the 3 after it looks like a strike to me.
Oh.
You'll see next time he's up.
Yeah, he does.
The red will mark. You won't be able to see that front red on that third frame.
And the 3 definitely looks just like an X.
It looks like an.
It looks just like
it
an
happened to
X.
me yesterday.
Yeah. You know,
I'm telling you, man, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I wouldn't have made that mistake.
I'm happy that I'm still there right now. I just hope to continue living, continue prospering, and, you know, to get there one of these days. To get there. Aaron Ruiz.
Yeah.
He left the 610 on the front 7, so 610 in the 8th frame. And Sean and Michael said there's something to say. I wonder if they can get this, if they can book this 590.
Yeah, they got 590 left.
590 going.
Yeah, if they
into the 9th frame.
If they get there, if they get these next two, I'll put my wireless camera on that pair. But I'm telling you, every time I get up to do that, as soon as I get it set up, they mess everything up, and then
something always happens. I hate it when stuff like that happens, man.
I have seen a couple shots. Tony Yarborough just had one, and Darren Chaffin just had one shot that just went really high, like ridiculously high. And I don't know if they just threw it slow or missed a lot, but I've seen a couple shots going high now.
Yeah, you know, typically in this house, right around the end of the second to the third game, the transition goes really, really quick. And if you're not ahead of it, and if you can't keep up with it, it get a little tricky, and you get a lot of over-under. Normally a straight bowler in here, someone that plays more of the track area, does really, really well. Hey, Mike, I got to jump out of here.
Yep. Come back anytime.
Definitely.
That seat's yours.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, bud.
We love having you here.
I love being here. All right, that's Corky Chisholm. He's my man. He's the guy that called me and said, hey, I want you here. And I'm like, who are you? And then we had a conversation, and I said, all right, I'll be there. That's pretty much how that went down. I saw some comments in the chat talking about what great events they run here, so I echo that very much. I am going to do some overtime here, everybody, just because you're all worth it. This 590 that's being bowled is still being bowled. So I'm going to try to bring it to you here. As best as I can. Take you over there now. This is right in front of me, lanes 25 and 26. This is Michael Holloman. He's got spare 7-bagger. That's now 8 in a row. Let's see how I can do with my camera skills here. It's not going to be great, but take a look at the scoreboard here. You can see what they have going on. Right up there. Sean Lavery Spar. Looking for front 10 here. And he's got it. So again, we're looking at a 590 possible team score here. Take a look at Tony Yarbrough while we're at it here. Oh, and Tony just can't buy a break. All right, so Lavery Spar on the front 10. This one here will shut out his teammate, if there is such a thing. Ah, 4-pin. Michael can go get him now. Michael with 290 left. Take a glance up at the scores there. All right, I think I'm going to zoom out here and just let it be stationary. Probably making you all dizzy. I guess I could frame it a little bit better, though, huh? There we go. That's a little better for you.
Shauna, your order is ready. Shauna, your order is ready.
Thanks, Rick, for the positive comments. Appreciate that. Question was, is that an Obsession Tour Pearl? That's a good question. Which player? 'Cause I think Sean's on Motive. That's who you're talking about. And Holloman leaves the 7-pin, so the best they can do is 269. So there you have it. We'll bounce back over to the pair that we were covering. I'll put my camera and stuff back now. Always try to get you guys a little bonus coverage if I can. It's kind of fun being a camera operator. These live streams would be way better if you had camera operators that you could pay to operate cameras all day, but we all know there's no budget in that right now in the bowling world. But one day, hopefully there will be. I have no standings after this. All right, game number 3 getting going here. Guess I should swap out a graphic. All right, I do have standings after game number 1. Williams and Barron, 43-82. Lavery, Spar, and Holloman, 43-01. So that last game, probably going to put them in the lead. Chaffin and Ruiz, 4,300. They were just 1 pin behind. Lavery, Spar, and Holloman. 42-37 was Brigman and Brown. Hurwitz and Keplinger at 42-27. Kirkendall and Wilson at 42-07. They're 6th. Wolf and Shirley in 7th. 42-02. 8th, Britton and Yarborough, 41-99. 9th was Imhoff and McMartin, 41-82. So 17 pins separating 8th and 9th, which is the cut that we'll be cutting to the top 8. 41-63 is 10th, which is Ryan Barnes and TJ Rock. That was after the first game again, everybody. And then 41-26 for Rick Justice and Billy Rogers. 41-24 for Michael Brewer and Ross Jenner. So we will, I'll work on getting more scores a little bit quicker to you. Catching up on the chat. When's my next event in Ohio? I have no idea. I did the Proprietors Cup a couple of years, and that's that. Somebody had a question about an Obsession Tour Pearl, and Big E said the Motive Gold Ball is a desert tank. So thanks for the help on that. Let's see. Matt Hill, come and operate a camera for me for a cheeseburger. Sold. Let's see. The Only Bassy says, I'd work to be paid in Trident Layers gum. Okay. No problem. Okay. All right. I think I'm caught up. On the chat. It's 11 o'clock. We started at 10. 2 games under our belt already, so goes pretty quick. Life goes by pretty fast when you're throwing strikes. If you don't stop and give a fellow athlete a high five, you might just miss it. Yeah, I don't know if that worked real well right there. I don't know if that Ferris Bueller's Day Off meets bowling worked very well. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't. So if we're trying to pace this thing, 12:30, they're going to be done. They got to re-oil, so I'm going to guess we're going to get on at 1 o'clock for the 8 games of Baker round robin. And I'm going to guess that's going to take 2 hours, so we'll be done around 3. Just in case you're trying to make plans today. I have standings after 2 games, everybody. Lavery, Spar, and Holloman go to the lead. They're at 48-59. Williams and Barron are in second at 48-17. So 42 pins separates first and second. So we go from 48-17 in second to 47-52 in third, Chaffin and Ruiz. Then at 47-29, Hurwitz and Keplinger. 46-77 in fifth is Imhoff and McMartin. Sixth at 46-76, just one pin behind Imhoff and McMartin, is Brigham and Brown. At 46-18 in seventh is Kirkendall and Wilson. In eighth, Britton and Yarborough at 46-11. Ninth is Wolf and Shirley at 45-96. Keep in mind, we are cutting the top 8, so now Britton and Yarborough are the number at 46-11. Chasing is Wolf and Shirley at 45-96. At 45-95 is Justice and Rogers. At 45-91 is Barnes and Rock. And at 45-42 is Brewer and Jenner. So we've got all teams can still make this cut. All teams can still make the cut. And just like that, the string is over. And 7 in a row there. Billy Rogers. It's amazing just the scoring pace on house shots. I'm gonna move pairs. I'm gonna go over to 27 through 30 because we do have front 8. Cam Hurwitz working on the front 8. And just like that, move over there. Sorry about that, Cam. There's 10 pin for Cam. Nice double by Yarborough. He's really been kind of fighting ball reaction here this morning. Jared Wolf can still bowl 255. Michael Shirley, 216. Hurwitz can still get to 279. 243 for Keplinger. Holloman can still bowl 279. Lavery Spar, 247. Britain can still get in the 250s. Yarborough 218. Kevin Williams over on 25 and 26. Can bowl 248. Tim Barron 228. Darren Chaffin can bowl 279. Ruiz can bowl 232. Looks like Imhoff team can finish on 31 and 32 for a 14 game, and they're going to be below that because he just left a 7-pin, so 4-0. And then Brigman and Brown Jr. down on the end pair, 182 for Brigman. Brown can still bowl 267. .269, the final number for Hurwitz. Keplinger can still get in the 240s. .255 posted for Jared Wolf. Shirley can bowl 216. I'll come check back in on those in just a little bit. It was Ryan Barnes had 277. As soon as we take the camera off of him, he starts striking. TJ Rock with 258 now left. Kirkendall's under average with 248. Donnie Wilson can bowl 192. We have 175 posted for Michael Brewer. Ross Jenner can still bowl 210. Nice game for Ryan Barnes and TJ Rock, 277 and 257. And we had 268 for Billy Rogers, and Rick Justice can bowl 260. So 23 and 24. Pretty big scores on that pair. I gotta get caught up on the chat here. Dylan asks, "Hey Mike, did you play in the World Series of Poker? Saw you met Daniel Negreanu." No, I'm not playing in the World Series of Poker. That would be a fun bucket list thing to do sometime, though. But yeah, no, I was just down there. I was railing. I was just down there on the rail and interacted with Daniel a little bit. It was nice. I talked a little bit about it yesterday. It was cool. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Have a good one. Let's see. The only Bassy. Sorry, Mike. Once it hits 1 o'clock, it's football time. Got to watch those fantasy football lineups with me money. Okay, bud. I'm only here for a bit. Have to attend our association board meeting, then bowl week tonight. Fun. Thanks, Steven. How many games is that? Or can't explain the point system? Well, 5 games total. Already had 8 games of qualifying, and then they're going to go to Baker round-robin match play coming up about 1 o'clock. The point system. I would Google bowling scoring. I don't know if I can explain it all that well. It's a little complex, and might be better to find somebody to explain it to you online. But you get up to 2 balls a frame to try to knock down 10. I'll start there with you. Let's see, how many games is... Okay, running total 8 yesterday, 2 today. What's going on in the other pairs? Mike, thanks for bringing it. Yep, you're welcome. Barnes and Rock got lined up. Yes, they did. Okay, so I think I've got... hey, Karen Hurwitz. Glad you're here. I'll do the best I can to bring some coverage of your son here, since I know you're here watching. So, son throws it incredibly well, by the way. I talked to Daniel Ferris yesterday, and he was really impressed. He was talking to me about the talent in the field, and he's like, man, I didn't realize how good this kid was. All right, well, just like that. Moving into game number 4. Dana, Terrence, thank you. Nice to see you guys checking in. All right, so I know I got some parents here in the chat right now. Just to let you guys know, those of you that have been a little active here recently, TJ and Ryan are on 25 and 26, which is one of the 2 pairs that I don't have covered. But if something interesting happens, I can get a camera there. Also, Hurwitz and Keplinger, they are now on 31 and 32, and there's a little bit of a lane breakdown on 31 that they're dealing with. It shouldn't be any long break here, but they are over on 31 and 32, which I also don't have on camera. So, but I will have them both on for game number 5. I can switch back and forth. And once we do get down to the top 8, I will have all 8 lanes covered, and I will bounce around as best as I can for everybody with the one stream that I do have here anymore, which is a bit outdated in today's world. I guess if you pay for coverage, you get multiple streams, and you can pick where you want to go. And if you get the freebie stuff like me, you're stuck with one channel and doing the best I can to show you what I can. So. I do prefer the 2 pairs at once. I used to just do one, click the buttons more, but I think the 2 pairs is the way to go. Ryan Barnes has started with 9 spare. TJ Rock is up on lane 26 currently. They've got the issue corrected on 31 with the slight lane breakdown issue there. Got to say the pin setters have ran extremely well. That's the first lane breakdown that I've seen, and it was very quick. Oh, TJ Rock just completely flagged the 10-pin. Missed it by, I don't know, I think you could fit a bowling ball between the pin and the bowling ball that was going down the lane. I should have some standings delivered here shortly. If not, I will ask about it. Brendan earlier, I skipped over your question, Brendan. I gotta find it. Just reminded me of something. Brendan asked, Mike, can you guess the 4-game set again? That was crazy when you got it exactly right at the Springfield doubles. Had a little hiccup there, I think, with the internet for a minute, but I think I got it corrected now. Just made a little adjustment. Keeps telling me here, I've been dealing with it all weekend. It keeps telling me that your bit rate is below expectations, and your connection goes from excellent to good when that happens. But seems to have been working okay. None of you have complained about anything, but I am streaming at 1.25 meg. I like to stream at 4 meg when I can, but it just doesn't seem like, unless I'm at South Point or something, I can't ever stream at the clarity and quality that I really want to. But that's kind of par for the course these days, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. You guys, quality's fine. I wish it was better, but 27, 28. Do I have cameras on that pair? I do. I can bounce over there for a minute. It's your leaders. They just got started. They're a little bit behind the other pairs I was just showing. Yeah, so what Brendan was talking about earlier is oh man, what event was it? I think I was working the Masters, maybe. Masters or the US Open. Might have been the US Open because the Masters was first. I think I was getting extremely bored the second event, being in Reno for how many days was that in a row? Like, oh my gosh, like 16 days or something. I was working for USBC, which, hey, shout out to USBC, Bowl TV, go subscribe. I appreciate all of the work they've given me over the years. I really do appreciate that. It helps me put food on my table. So, anyway, I'm out there working it, right? And look, guys, I love bowling just like all of you, but there comes a point in time where when you've got Groundhog Day going on, however many days in a row, you know, these guys like Aaron Smith and Jason Thomas and some of these other folks that can actually wake up every day and do the same thing over and over again and it not get stale. I'm just not like that. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. So I gotta, to get through the day, I gotta do goofy stuff. And nice shot, Tim. Way to go there, buddy. Bing bong. Hello, I'm Tim Barron. I've won the Peterson before, and I'm just carrying everything today. So I was just like, man, holy cow. What can I do as I'm running out of gas here on an evening block? So I played a game where I said, hey, the 4 players on this pair, are they going to bowl over or under? I don't know what it was, like 880 or something. And they bowled 880 exactly. Like, it was unreal. And then at the Springfield Doubles, I played the same game a couple weeks ago, or a month ago now, and this is what happens when you turn 40 and you're into your 40s. You don't remember things as well. Brendan will probably know. But I set a number for the 4 people on the pair. I think Holloman was on the pair, and they bowled the number exactly that I called out. And it was an obscure number. It was like, I don't know what it was, 892 or something. And they bowled the number, the exact number that I called out. So that's happened twice this year. And I've only done it about 5 times. So to nail the exact number before the game even started, twice, and like 5 times, that's luck, folks. I'd like to say it's skill, but it's luck. And it wouldn't be fair to do it to these guys right here, right now, because looks like, I mean, if these are your 4 leaders coming in, right? So this is the class of the field, and I see a 7 count on the board for bowler C. I see no strikes for bowler D, and I'm talking about the left pair. Barron and Williams are doing just fine, but over on 29 and 30, you got an open frame with a split. You got 2 open frames for letter C and D. Letter D hasn't struck yet. So right now you're kind of seeing, like, what's going on here? Lavery Spar, 27 in the second. So, you know, if you kind of got to set numbers here, you're gonna see 5-6 baggers from these guys that have opens. So it's kind of safe to say if I was going to play this game right now on lane 27, which is Chaffin and Ruiz, they're probably going to bowl somewhere around 465. Okay? That's what I think. All right, so let's just do this. I guess I'm doing it now. 465. And Barron and Kevin Williams are going to bowl somewhere around 490. Thank you. And then Yarborough and Britton kind of got to get it going here. But I'm going to put them down for 450. And then if you take Lavery Spar and Holloman, they're going to bowl somewhere around 465 as well. So if I total all of those up, which I said I wasn't going to do, but now that you've got me doing this, I'm going to do it. 465 plus 490. 465 plus 490 plus 450 plus 465. 1870, and because I don't want it to be an exact number, I'm going to go 1877. 1877 is going to be my total for these 8 players. So I'm going to go ahead and put a poll in here. Will the 4 teams combined... Actually, what will the 4 teams combined bowl this game? Over 1877? 1877 exactly. Or under 1877. There we go. Boom, just posted the poll in the chat. Get your vote in. We'll close the voting here probably in about 3 minutes. But that's how I come up with those. That's how I come up with those ridiculous games and numbers. And now I got to do math. Sean Crawford said I said $18.99 for the 8 people on 2 pairs, and they bowled it. Yeah, that was crazy. It's fun. Keeps the broadcast interesting, right? So I've got 1877 for these guys. And you get, wow, look at you guys voting on this. 7% say 1877 exactly. I can't believe it's gotten any votes at all. That's hilarious. Wow, that is funny. A lot of people taking the under here. That's what I want everybody to take. I want everybody to take the under because there's no way, based off of prior history, that these guys, just because they've had a couple bad frames, that's going to continue like that. I love it. 1877 exactly has 10% of the votes. Oh, you guys have way too much faith in me. Oh, that's hilarious. Mm.
Cameron, your order's ready, Cameron.
All right, everybody, I'm going to close this poll here in about a minute because there's too much of the game's already been bowled. Tim and Kevin are going to have to bowl a big game here if we're going to get this 1877. They might have 579 of it themselves. Which I had them down for 490. So. All right, I'm closing the poll. That was fun, everybody. We got 40% of the action on over. Little update on Hurwitz and Keplinger. Hurwitz strike open 7-bagger. Keplinger double 9 spare strike 9 spare 9 spare. He's up in the 9th. I do have standings after 3. Lavery, Spar, and Holloman are at 53-21. At 52-73 is Williams and Barron. Third is Hurwitz and Keplinger at 52-41. Fourth is Schaffen and Rees at 41-96. Fifth is Brigman and Brown at 51-25. Also at 51-25 is Barnes and Rock. After bowling 534 the last game, they moved themselves up to 6th. 7th is Justice and Rogers at 51-23. They're making pizza in the bowling center. I can smell it. Just got a whiff of it. I just got real hungry. All right, and 8th, Imhoff and McMartin at 50-89. That's the cut number right now, 50-89. Just outside at 50-57 is Wolf and Shirley. So they're 32 back. 43 back at 50-46 is Kirkendall and Wilson. Exactly 50 back is Britton and Yarborough now at 50-39. Brewer and Jenner are in 12th at 49-57. They're 132 out in 12th with 2 to go. This game and 1 more. Barron is perfect through 6 here. And you see Lavery, Spar, and Holloman struggling here. 79 in the 5th. They're your leaders right now. Again, they are 48 pins in front of Williams and Barron. And Williams and Barron have a huge game going right now. Big, big game. Looking to go back to the lead. I know we got this fun 1877 game going on here, but because they're just finishing up, I am going to take us over to lanes 21 through 24. They're quite a bit ahead here. Brian Brigman bowled 290. Glenn Brown Jr. finishes with 203, 493. Josh Imhoff, Jimmy McMartin had 228 and 249. Michael Brewer can still bowl 230. Ross Jenner, 238. Kirkendall can bowl 244. Donnie Wilson, 215. Give you an idea of what's going on there. We'll go back over to 27 through 30, and of course Tim Barron. As soon as we take the camera off, he loves the camera. He leaves the 3-6-10. I think Tim's throwing a relic bowling ball too. What it would be considered a relic in today's modern game. I think he's throwing a Marvel Pearl. And I don't know if it was the first release or the second release. But I believe it's a Marvel Pearl. That's what he's using. Kevin does not roll the 7. So 1877 is the number that I set. That's 277 over, isn't it? That number not looking too good. Because if you look at the right two pairs, or sorry, the right two lanes, you know, they might be 30 or 40 over combined.
Brittany, your order is ready.
So then we need 230 out of the left pair. It's 515 and 515. That ain't gonna happen. We got a few players lost at the moment. Tony Yarborough, Aaron Ruiz. Tim Barron's not lost. Ryan Barnes is stepping up in the 10th frame. He can bowl 254. TJ Rock can bowl 233. Barnes just left a 7-pin. Billy Rogers can bowl 244. Rick Justice can bowl 258. They're on 25 and 6. Folks, I see a bunch of orders coming in on our store at InsideBowling.com, and I really do appreciate that. I've seen a bunch of orders trickle through the last couple days. That does help support what we're doing here, so much appreciation to those of you that are out there stocking up for Christmas, picking up a few things, supporting our channel. You can save 15% with coupon code YouTube, and I do see those coupon codes coming through. Got a very loyal audience here. Greatly appreciate it. So can we even get to 1877? Those of you that have been watching for over 20 minutes. I know our average view time is like 12 minutes this weekend, but if you've been watching for 20 minutes, you know we played a little game and put a poll out there, 1877 for all the bowlers combined on this particular two pairs. Lavery Spar, your leader with Michael Holloman. Kevin Williams can bowl 247. .257 for Barron, so they can get to 504. So 504. We got 277 for Chaffin. 179 for Ruiz. That's 454. Yarborough can bowl 211. Jason Britton can bowl 235. That's 446. Lavery Spar can bowl 219. And Holloman can bowl 201. 420. So all that's left out there is 504, 454, and that was at the time of me starting this exercise. 420. 1824, the best they can do, so under wins. Not enough out there. I had more faith in these bowlers. I thought for sure, only being game number 4 here, I mean, they bowled 8 games of qualifying. I thought the transition would not hit them like this, but it is. Not real sure what happened there, but Mike loses. I lose whenever I'm not within 20 sticks of the number. And I'm gonna lose and go down in flames on this one. See, that's why I needed to just keep the record at what it was. I wasn't really feeling it either. I kind of got to have a... I only say it when I got a real feel for what I think really could happen. But we're going to have new leaders. Lavery, Spar, and Holloman are going to be overtaken by Williams and Barron. One game to go, everybody. One game to go. .232, .233 for Barnes and Rock. 465. Justice and Rogers had .244 and .248. That was over on 25 and 26. Lavery Spar, second shot in the 10th, 219. Max here. Tim Barron can finish it out here with 257, 504. To those of you that were giving me a hard time about picking Barron and Kevin Williams yesterday and kind of saying, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did, and kind of give myself the out there. I will say that we do make thumbnails for these events, right? And that's done before the event starts, right? Because we got to put the thumbnail out, let people know that we're having this tournament. Who was on the thumbnail for this event? I want you guys in the chat to tell me. First person to tell me, I will then reveal who was on the thumbnail for this event and this tournament. Who did I make the poster boy of the event? When I looked over the roster and said, I'm going to use a photo of a bowler, an action shot, who did I use? William Hutchinson, I agree with you. Dean Eggs was lucky to meet me. I have a lot of things in common with that guy, actually. A lot of the same interests. Yes, Miss O'Neill. Tim Barron is on the thumbnail for this event. So typically what you do there is you put together a thumbnail of someone that you think will go far in the tournament. And I would just like to say, after four games in this squad of the Cashers round, he is leading with his partner, Kevin Williams. Just saying. Just saying. Sure, that was super annoying. Listen to me do the made-up cough. It's game number 5, getting ready to roll here. You see some players coming over already. There's Ryan Barnes. Oh, man. Boy, that'll make your dad proud. You know, the Barnes family, they carry everything, right, Linda? We're going to go ahead and show that one more time. Take a look at this shot right here. Oh. There you go. A little clean living, maybe. Here's TJ Rock. He's going to show it. This is the lane yesterday during practice where he slid the 6 into the 10, and the 10 just tapped over into the 8. I'll go ahead and show that now. This was yesterday, everybody. Take a look at this on the left lane, lane 27. Check this out. Look at that. Show it one more time here. Crazy. There's a solid 8 over there for Ross Jenner on 25. Barnes and Rock were in 6 going into the last game, and they bowled 470. So they're in pretty good shape here. But Ryan looks lost. A lot of friction. We'll see if he changes balls or moves. That's the crazy thing about bowling. You never know what somebody's going to do. Hand position change, loft, ball change, zone change, go to urethane. God, I mean, there's so many options anymore. Look at Tim Barron, how calculated he is. He's counting boards with his feet. And notice the feet, how open they are. Shoulders are open, feet are open, hips are open, and that means he's trying to throw the ball to the right. It's a great tip for everybody at home. When you're trying to throw the ball right, you got to open those feet up. Put the left foot staggered with the right foot behind it. What that does is it creates an angle with your hips, and typically your entire body is all aligned to throw the ball to the right, to your target to the right. If his foot was to the right in front of his left foot, everything is closed up and pointed to the left, which makes it hard to throw it to the right, if that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse anybody there, but I just happened to notice it. Tim he went to University of Nebraska, bowled with Derek Oaf. It's kind of the decorated name from his era. Adam Cardwell, Rick Volhard. They had a nice team. Fun bunch to be around, too. Chad Oakes, I believe, also. No, I'm really testing my memory, but I do have a standings update after game number 4, and that's what you guys all really want to know about. So here we go. At 5-7-7-7, your leaders, Kevin Williams and Tim Barron. In second, at 57-27, 50 pins behind, is Lavery Spar and Holloman. At 57-24, which is just 3 pins behind now, Cam Hurwitz and Alec Keplinger fans out there, they are now within striking distance of the lead. They are at 57-24. They are 53 pins out of the lead, and they're in third. Darren Chaffin and Aaron Ruiz, after that last game, which was 276 and 178, which totaled 454, they are at 56-50. They're 127 out of the lead. Rick Justice and Billy Rogers are at 56-15. Brian Brigman and Glenn Brown Jr. in sixth at 56-03. In seventh is Barnes and Rock at 55-90. So they're 187 out of the lead, just to give you some perspective there. Eighth, which is the final cut position, 55-66, Imhoff and McMartin. And then ninth place now, we have some separation between 8th and 9th. So 55-66 is 8th. 54-92 is now 9th. So 66 plus 8 is 74 pins difference between 8th and 9th for Wolf and Shirley. And then 8 pins back of Wolf and Shirley is Kirkendall and Wilson at 54-84. 44 back of them is Britton and Yarborough at 54-40. Boy, they've really had a rough go about it here. 431, 412, 428, 401. Britton and Yarborough coming in today were in 4th and now find themselves in 11th and really threaten to miss this cut. They're going to need a big game. And then rounding out the top 12 is Brewer and Jenner, 53-88. So that's what we have for you. These pairs are a little behind the other pairs, so I will come back here, I promise. But let's spy in on this bay. Michael Shirley can still bowl 256. They are on the outside looking in. 216 still left for Jared Wolf. Alec Keplinger had the front 7, and of course I go down there with the camera, and now he's got a big old nasty split that he's staring at. Cam Hurwitz, 279 max score left. Brian Brigman. Misses the 10 pin. 233 still left for he. Glenn Brown Jr. gutter spared and has thrown a 4-bagger. Jimmy McMartin can bowl 258. Josh Imhoff 280. Imhoff and McMartin are the number right now at 55.66. Wolf and Shirley at 54.92. Again, quite a bit of separation, the most we've seen so far today between 8th and 9th. 74 pins separate. And just judging from this right here, doesn't look like there's enough wood left to get there. And I don't know what's going on with Keplinger. The guy throws 7 in a row, and then we move over here. Goes through the face for a 3-pin combination split, and then does it again back-to-back in the 8th and 9th. Wolf and Shirley can bowl 472. Once again, there's 74 pins out. That would mean 398 would need to be the score for Imhoff and McMartin, and they're above that. So they should protect. So then that moves us over to Barnes and Rock, who are at 55.90. We're 24 pins ahead of Imhoff and McMartin. They'll need to protect. And it's still real early over there. But Ryan Barnes off to not a great start. Strike, 7 spare, 5-4, 9 spare. TJ Rock strike, spare, strike. And they are just in the 4th frame. And I will get back over there. And then Brigman and Brown are at 56.03, which is 13 pins ahead of Barnes and Rock in 6th. And they're doing fine. 56.15, Justice and Rogers. They're doing okay too. So really looks like the top 8 are going to stay intact. But we need to figure out what this number is that Shirley and Wolf are going to post here. Kirkendall and Wilson would need a huge game, and there's an open frame and 3 spares through 5. They would almost need to go sheet to try to make a run to make it in. They're in 10th at 54.84, and Britton and Yarborough, unless they bowled 550 or something, I don't see them getting there, and that is impossible at the moment. And Michael Brewer and Ross Jenner just too far back. So that's what we're looking at. Top 8. Trying to tell the story here as best as possible. Cam Hurwitz, 279. Kid can bowl. Keplinger is like twice as tall as him. Are we going to hit the right side of the head pin here, Alec? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Keep in mind, these guys are in 3rd, trying to make a run at this thing, and 279 and 240. That would give them 519. Barron has only got 1 strike through 5 frames. Kevin Williams, spare, triple. These guys are trying to make a run. Lavery Spar has 279 max left over on 31 and 32 through 5 frames. 268 for Holloman max score through 5 frames over on 31 and 32. .440 is the team total score for Michael Shirley and Jared Wolf. So 440 takes them to 59.32. I don't have plus minuses here. I just have total pins on the sheet that's in front of me. Keplinger with a strike there. I'm going to bounce out of here. We'll keep an eye on what Imhoff and McMartin finish with here. Once again, they had 74 on Wolf and Shirley heading into that game. Ryan Barnes now with a double. And with only 8 games of Baker, but there is 30 bonus awarded to each Baker win. Getting all the pins you can here along the way is very, very important with such a short format coming up today at about 1 o'clock here Central Time. We'll have it for you here on Inside Bowling. Glad you're watching today. Appreciate all the interaction in the chat, all the viewers that we've had today. Chris Forrester wants to know who's in the top 5. Currently, right now, it's Williams and Barron, Lavery, Spar, and Holloman, Hurwitz and Keplinger, Chafin and Ruiz, and Justice and Rogers. It's your current top 5. Nice 4-9 conversion by Lavery Spar off to the right side on 31. Josh Imhoff and Jimmy McMartin, again, were the number at 55-66. McMartin's going to be in the 230s, possible 247 for Imhoff. So that's going to be plenty to protect 8th position. Barnes and Rock, despite not having a great game going here, just to put it in perspective, Wolf and Shirley bowled 40 over. Barnes and Rock were 98 pins ahead of Wolf and Shirley. So they'd have to bowl like 350 to fall out, and that's just not going to happen. Okay, you guys understand what I'm saying here? Okay, you understand? Okay. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine for the top 8. They're not fine for winning the tournament at this moment. But I always say this. When you go into Baker, these collegiate bowlers that are used to the Baker format, although it is only doubles, and that's a little bit different, there's a different mindset to it, and they have an advantage. I truly believe that. Also, past collegiate bowlers also, I feel like, have a bit of an advantage. Who won the Monster 180 last night? Didn't get to see the end. Barnes team? I got to tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Who won the Monster 180 last night? Didn't get to see the end. The Monster 180. That sounds like an Xfinity Cup Series race or something. Or the Monster 180 at Watkins Glen. Totally confused. Sorry that I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm sure as soon as you tell me, I'm going to be like, oh, geez, I'm an idiot. Superhand wants to know. Who's currently in the top 8 going into this game? Oh, Plano Super Bowl. There was some team thing going on. Chris Barnes, congratulations on another win. You and your team. Who was all on your team? Tell me about. Can you, Chris Barnes, do me a favor? Will you type out in the chat? I know it's going to cause you to do a little work here, and it's a Sunday and all. But can you tell me what in the hell was going on down there and what you guys won and who was on your team? Who'd you bowl against? Were you guys bowling against Our Lady in the Mud Puddle? Or were you bowling against some real talent? Boy, I'll tell you what. Ryan Barnes is 2-8-10. They're not putting up a big score here, these guys. I still think they're totally safe here. The math tells you that they're safe, but you almost want to start freaking out a little bit here. Kevin Williams showing up in a big way down the stretch. Okay. Okay. 3 guys have to add up to 180 years old, plus a monster. What in the world is this? This sounds like something, I mean, I come up with some strange concepts, but this sounds even crazier. 3 guys have to add up to 180 years old. Ryan Barnes and TJ Rock are going to make me actually have to take my pin onto the paper and make sure that they are safe. They're safe, right? I mean, 55.90. Wolf and Shirley are in at 59.32. I hate adding these numbers this way. I'd rather do plus minus. Some weird noises in the bowling center happening right now. We've got a bunch of open play here down on the low end. So here's Ryan Barnes up in the 10th.
Row, your order's ready, row.
Oh, and he 4 nines. Okay. All right. This is getting ridiculous. All right. I guess I actually do have to do math. Jeez. You guys. Come on. All right. All right. Wolf and Shirley are in at 59.32. Barnes and Rock are at 55.90. And Ryan gets none. So we're going to give him 168. That puts them at 57.58. That means that TJ Rock needs 174 for a tie, 175 to have more than Jared Wolf and Michael Shirley. He needs 175. Oh my God. He needs one of these pins. No, he doesn't. He's got it. He's got 175. Okay. So right now, if he doesn't make either one of these, Michael Shirley and Jared Wolf are going to miss by 1. And he did miss. So now I really got to do my math. 343 plus 55.90 is 59.33, right? 59.33. Now I just got to hope that the scores that are in front of me are correct. And Wolf and Shirley bowled 59.32 because they had 54.92 and they bowled 440. 54.92 59-32, yeah. So 59-32 and 59-33. Ryan Barnes and TJ Rock are going to be 8th by a pin. With 3 opens out of the last 4 frames and 4 opens out of the last 6 frames. And assuming every pin I have in front of me with the numbers I'm working off of are correct. Wow. That's crazy. They just bowled 343. And they both hit the pocket in the 10th frame. I got to give them that credit. And one of them was like light, and one of them was just high for a 4-9 and a 7-10. Wow. All right. Well, you know what? It's that time, everybody. It's time for me. Oh, this thing, my camera shot's all messed up now. It's my fault. Trying to make this work. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining me here this morning. I'll probably be back in about 20 minutes. I got to create the event and everything in YouTube still, so I'll do that for you guys. But exciting finish. Crazy finish. Not that we like to see. We like to see people striking and striking and striking to make each other strike to get into a cut, not falling back like that. But unofficially, TJ Rock and Ryan Barnes are going to be the 8th qualifying team. And that is 59-33 is the number to get in. Again, thanks for joining us. I want to thank the tournament staff, the bowling center, all of you for watching, and the competitors out on the lanes for providing great entertainment for us here today. I'm Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. I will see you 20 to 30 minutes right here back on YouTube on our Inside Bowling YouTube channel. We'll see you in a little bit, everybody. Enjoy a snack, something like that. See you soon.